Hi parents, I wanted to create this video. I have your student in honors biology, and I wanted to show the resources that your students have available to them to maybe help improve their grade before the end of the semester. Currently, we're in Unit 4, we just started it. We'll have Unit 4 and Unit 5, and then we will be done with first semester. For every unit, students are given a note packet, and I just wanted to show you what this note packet looks like. We create this note packet, and it tells them exactly what we need them to know. So when they're studying for a test, students often, will get out their note packet and they'll study their notes. Now, the note packets we fill out together in class. So this isn't something that I would expect students to do on their own. When we're in class, we'll fill out some of these blanks, we'll draw pictures, we'll annotate on the diagrams, to help explain and show them what some of these processes look like. Now, the most important document besides the notes that the students need to use to make sure they're prepared for any assessment is their learning targets. And I want to show you where the learning targets are at. If they go into Google Classroom, they can click on Honors Biology, and they'll see a section here, usually at the top, that has the learning targets. And so when they click on that, it's going to open up this document. And this tells students what they have to be able to do to be proficient. Now, if you look here at the top here, I'm going to go through a couple learning targets, and then we're just going to figure out where this information is at in their notes. So this says students need to be able to describe three functions of the cell membrane. They need to be able to explain why we label the membrane as semi-permeable. So in your note packet, you can see here, the very first page talks about the functions of the cell membrane. So it should be pretty easy for them to figure out what they should answer, what they should know regarding that first learning target. Here it talks about what it means if the membrane or something is semi-permeable. So as you can see, all the answers to their learning targets can be found in their note packet. Now, let's say that a student is absent, so they didn't get a section of notes, or maybe they zoned out and there's some blanks that aren't filled in that should be filled in. Students know that in Google Classroom, besides the learning targets, every day I post what we did in class. So on Monday, this is what we did in class. So we started on this Unit 4 note packet. We took notes on page 1 through 3. And then I want to show you that I record these notes as well for students to reference if needed. So if students are absent, then they can play this video and it's like they're in class, and so they can stay caught up, because I know it can be overwhelming when students are absent and we do notes. But not only do we just write there, I also show them some other things, and you're going to see, like in this video, when we're taking notes, I will show them some other videos. Let's see if I can find one real quick to help them understand, some of these things that I'm talking about. So it's pretty much just like sitting in class, and it's a great resource if kids are absent and they don't have their notes, or maybe they were having a bad day and they put their head down, so they missed, some of their notes. They have that resource available to them there. Now, for my students that are not doing as well as what they want to do in this class, before an assessment, if they want to do better, I really encourage students to open up the learning target, make an electronic copy of it, and then they're able to type in their answers. They're able to take notes on each of these ideas. And once they do that, I encourage them to share that with me, and I will check it. I will let them know if there's anything that's wrong. Sometimes I create videos and show them, like, where the answer is if they don't have a learning target answered, and then they know how to answer it. But ultimately, I can look at this and we can make sure that their answers are correct. And then this is a great tool to use to study. As a parent, you could take this document and you can ask your child these learning targets, and the answers should be typed right in there and they should be correct if I've checked them. And so if they know the answers to these learning targets, then they should be able to answer pretty much every single question that's on the test. There's lots of other things that we do in class to help students understand this, but again, this is probably one of the most critical things that students can do if they do want to do better on assessments, or if they haven't been doing well on assessments. Odds are they probably aren't looking at their learning targets and actually studying these things to prepare for an assessment. So this will really help improve their grade if they start doing this for this Unit 4 and also for Unit 5. And then I also want to add, if students want to reassess in a previous unit, Then they have to answer these learning targets and share them with me. I'll check them to make sure they're correct. I'll have them come in. I'll verbally quiz them to see if they know the answers. And if they do, then I will give them a reassessment. And once again, all of those learning targets are listed here, and they can open them up, they can make a copy, and they can then again type out the answers and share them with me. And they don't have to reassess on an entire unit test. For example, in unit 3 there was 2 parts to the test, so we want to see what they understand about cell specialization and then also about the different parts of a cell and the functions of the cell. So if they didn't do very well in the first part of the test, then all they have to do is answer this section of learning targets and share that with me, and then we will get them a reassessment. But thank you for listening. I just wanted to share some of these resources. And if you have any questions, then feel free to send me an email and I'll be happy to respond.